Hey there, in this episode of My Methods, we're going to show you how to locate and cut the hole for the buttonhole in the lining. This kilt's otherwise finished. I always leave this to the last step because every time I do it, and I've done it hundreds of times, it's simultaneously exciting and terrifying because if I get it wrong, I've ruined a piece of cloth and I've wasted about half an hour of labor. So there's two ways to do it. There's my outside. There's an easy way to do it is I can feel the edge, the inner edge, because this overlaps a bit. The inner one's about there. I can feel it. So I put in a couple of pins, straight pins, to the inside of the buttonhole. Sorry, of the bar tack. Turn it over, and that shows me the edge of the aperture. Now I'm using clay chalk rather than wax chalk because this stuff is dust, and I can just slap it a few times and it'll come off. So there I've marked the limits of the hole. Now I can see right there, you see that shadow, that's the edge of the aperture. So I'm just going to rub it with a bit of chalk. Now this is a little harder, perhaps a little harder to see than it might otherwise be when I'm using my darker cloth, but you can see right there. Right? Now comes the terrifying part where I take my scissors and I cut and cut, and there's the edge. So I get a little bit closer and I cut a Y shape like that, and then I spin it around. Now I'm double checking by feeling, but there it is right there. And I cut a Y. Every time I do this, I worry about screwing up, which is possibly why I touch wood. I haven't screwed up yet. Watch, this might be the time I do it on film. And now I've made that double set. Now I just fold these back, as you can see. And then I can just sew around the edge in a standard fell stitch. There you go.